Today I'm going to show you how to put a plant in a pot that doesn't have any drainage holes while still keeping your plant happy and letting it thrive and preventing things like gnats, mildew, or algae or root rot. It's really handy to know this if you don't want to buy the plastic inserts for your pots or deal with overflowing your drainage tray underneath a pot that already has a hole drilled into it. It's my method of choice because it also allows me to purchase containers like this from thrift stores for very, very cheap, as opposed to purchasing a legitimate pot from a store, which tend to be a little bit more expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that now. Let's get to it. I have a snake plant here that needs repotted, so we're going to go ahead and get started. There are 4 different items that you're going to put into the pot to create a nice sterile ecosystem for your plant. The first item is charcoal. I have horticultural charcoal here from Perfect Plants, and it has worked well for me. I'd also be interested to try and see if charcoal from like a fire pit might work as well. I haven't tried that yet, but in a future video I will, and I'll let you know how that goes. So we'll go ahead and put the charcoal in. You just want to put enough in to cover the bottom of your pot. It doesn't have to be a super thick layer. The second item you're going to add is some good old soil. You can get potting soil if you'd like. I've just got soil from our yard because that's all I have with me today. And I'm just gonna layer that in. The third item I'm going to add are pebbles. I've got small pebbles here today because I'm putting them into a small pot. However, if I was working with a larger pot like so, then I typically use larger rocks or pebbles. So I'm just gonna add a layer of these in. I like to add a little bit more soil back onto the rocks. So that is what I've got going so far. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my snake plant into the pot. I'm gonna break the roots up a little bit. Then I'm gonna add some more soil here to fill in these gaps around the sides. And last but not least, the fourth item I'm going to be adding in is sand. I'm just gonna add a thin layer on top here. Sand is really handy because it will trick gnats into thinking that the soil is not moist, so they won't lay any eggs. What happens is when you water your plant, the water is going to go through the sand and moisten the soil, but not make any of the sand stay damp. The sand drains really well, so basically the sand will stay dry. If any gnats land on the sand, they're going to say, hey, this soil's dry, I don't want to lay any eggs here, and keep moving. So it's really nice for keeping gnats away. The soil's great for your plant because the roots have room to grow. This layer of rock is handy for creating aeration for your plant. You'll want to make sure you don't overwater it, but they're really handy at creating air in the environment, allowing excess water to pass through down to the bottom of the pot so that it's away from the roots and not going to cause any root rot. And then the charcoal is really good at removing any toxins or anything like that from the soil that might grow to keep the entire pot really healthy and happy for your plant. So this is my method for potting plants without any drainage holes and creating an ecosystem that your plant's going to thrive. I hope that you found today's video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. If there are any other videos you'd like to see, please let me know. And if you enjoy plant content, animal content, being more eco-friendly, vegan, or cruelty-free, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you have a fabulous day. Bye!